OK, Pat Sharp and Paula London are with us to go through the day's top stories. Welcome back, you two.
Thank you.
Pat, should we start with you this time, as Paula did the honours last time? What have you got in store? The Daily Star. Rides for 10p. What's this?
Well, this is quite extraordinary for the fact that apparently in Morrison's there are 50 character rides. Now, is this a supermarket or a fun fair? Because 50 rides. It's like, whoa, go on that one now. Oh, do you want to get some bread? No time. Another ride.
Oh, I mean, like Peppa Pig and things like that.
Yeah, Bob the Builder, apparently Rory the racing car, etc., etc. And they've reduced them from £1.50 to 10p, which is good. I reckon they were more than 10p even in my day.
I think they should be banned from supermarkets, those rides, because you try and do some shopping, you take the kids along, and there's just complete distraction. You know.
I don't have children, so I don't know.
No. I think it's quite useful when I'm at the till. Go and sit in the Peppa Pig thing and I can crack on.
Yeah.
I think now at 10p,
I don't let them pay. I just make them sit in it.
There
you go.
So,
They did something good rather than, like, blatantly profiteering. Like, that's what they sort of did during lockdown, so I'm happy they're doing something good.
I think when it says 50 rides, I mean, I think that means in general there are 50 different ones, but they don't have 50 in every store. There's probably 2 or 3 in each store.
Okay.
But, you know, different names and different styles. But either way, at 10p a go, that could help you with your Christmas shopping, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Because you spend more on the actual food.
Bargain basement. Paula? Banksy, you like this one? What's Sadiq Khan?
Yeah, I'm very upset with Sadiq Khan. He never really pleases me. But basically, there was a Banksy mural painted by a bridge, and it was there from August, and all of a sudden last week, obviously Sadiq's the head of the TfL, so it's obviously on him. He has got someone, well, a group of people with high-pressure washer just to destroy it, basically. It was a picture of 3 monkeys, and a lot of people were visiting it and were liking it, but he's decided it had to go because he thought copycat people could try to do some graffiti that wouldn't be as good. But I think that's a bit of a shame. I think he should have left it, really.
So it wasn't Banksy, it was...
It was Banksy.
It was a Banksy?
Yes. And he decided just to... I don't know why, just to destroy it, basically. And
That's
he said...
outrageous.
Yeah, he said the reason he's doing it...
The amount of money he could have made from that mural if he'd have
he said it could inspire other graffiti artists, but I think it's terrible to do that. It was deliberately destroyed by Transport for London.
Are you a fan, Pat, of Banksy's work?
Well, I'm more of a fan of Banksy than Sadiq Khan, absolutely. I've got a petrol-guzzling car, I'm afraid.
Oh,
but,
dear.
Yeah. But I think it's not good. I mean, should Banksy have... If you or I did that, we'd probably be in trouble for it. But he
doesn't have carte blanche to do what he likes, but it does seem so sometimes.
No, but if you're being a bit shrewd, as Isabel said, you would maybe try and carefully remove it to sell on or whatever, because you could raise at least 6 figures doing that.
Instead of saying, get off my bridge.
Yeah. Let's talk about Ryan Reynolds, somebody we all love, perhaps in contrast to Sadiq Khan, around this table anyway. And he has helped tourism earnings in Wrexham by more than double since he bought the football club.
Yeah.
Not surprised. He's a bit of a superstar, isn't he?
He is. I mean, in 2020, 49 million on tourism, now up to 179 million in total, actually. So it's almost tripled it. And... visitor number is up 21%. I think the Welcome to Wrexham documentary has really helped.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, really good.
And actually really painted the locals in a really great light. You could see that this was a community that were really looking for some injection of something, and they've totally made the most of it, and it's a very touching story, actually.
So we all need, basically, a Ryan Reynolds in every town and city in this country now to inject a bit of interest, I suppose, as well. And then... you know, everybody's just feeling good about the town, aren't they? I did a gig in Wrexham on New Year's Eve many years ago, and it was a fun night because it's New Year's Eve, but I looked around and it did look a bit, you know, dilapidated, and now I think it's on the rise because of that. That's great.
I imagine house prices will go up as well because it's on the map now internationally. Could be quite cool.
And right on the border of England and Wales.
Yeah, and it will attract, you know, hopefully wealthy footballers, management, all of their families, the schools, and all the rest of it benefit from that.
Yeah, it rolls on, doesn't it? Spirals.
Elsewhere, a D-Day nursing heroine has marked her 103rd birthday. Can you guess her secret? Well, it's in front of you, actually, isn't it?
Vino, wine. I'm quite perfect for a glass of wine as well, actually, but not Chardonnay.
A glass of Chardonnay, or 2, she says, a day.
This is Jean Grabaski. And she's 103. She says, I'll say a glass of wine or 2. But she does also point out in her care home in Cambridgeshire that she's always taken exercise as well. So I think that's quite important.
A key balance.
So she's running to the wine shop.
Yeah.
Do you want? It's not on your list, guys, but I've just clocked this feature on the front of the Telegraph's features pullout, sport pullout, about. Got to be careful because there's an active case in New York. But the New York shooter, who the Telegraph, and we asked the question yesterday, Isabel, how the left have turned a killer into a pin-up. The social media frenzy over Luigi Mangione, charged with the murder of US healthcare boss Brian Thompson, reveals a chilling doublethink. And this is the picture. It says six-pack abs and...
Can I just point out that they say how the left turned him into a pin-up, but it's been the Telegraph and the Mail that have been leading with this story, so that's definitely not the left.
Is it relevant, Paula, that this guy...
I think it's a bit grotesque, personally.
I think it's truly sickening.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I thought that he was wearing a prosthetic mask. You know, the picture that the NYPD was circulating? Because more and more people use these now in America, and I think more criminals are going to do that. But some of the pictures look very different, but I mean, he's just heinous. He's a cold-blooded killer. What's sexy about that?
Well, he's innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, sorry,
he's ready to trial, but I mean, do you get this, Pat? Do you understand the fascination with this story? I mean, does it make a difference that he's a good-looking guy, had a good education, come from a well-off family? Well, does it add to the story?
It doesn't add to the story, no. It's just people's fascination with social media from this, because they've seen him and he's out there about it, so people will make a comment on it, but it just seems a very odd thing.
Well, it's a really bad low.
Today that I think, you know... We've seen films, haven't we, about Ted Bundy and these kind of people who have committed terrible crimes but look sort of, well, attractive.
Well, he did have fans, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a huge fan club. And you think of Amanda Knox, who was acquitted for her part in a sex game gone wrong in Italy. Foxy Noxy, she was dubbed. So I think people are surprised that someone who's accused, innocent, as you say, until proven guilty, could be attractive. But just goes to show evil can look in any shape, form or colour.
Yeah, you just reminded me. A friend of mine contacted me about a month ago and he said, what do you think I should do? And I was like, what do you mean? He was asked to work in a museum, like all about serial killers, where people visit and people that love serial killers. It was in London and he didn't want to do it because he thought too many weird people would want to go to a museum.
There you go.
So some people do like... But obviously, he's innocent at the moment, but some people that have been charged with crimes like that.
Paula, can we talk about Sarah Jessica Parker? And just like that, from Sex and the City, she's become a Booker Prize judge. What gives her the qualification to be a book...
well, I think you're going to be surprised, because I was like, what does she know about that? But apparently she's published 168 books, and she's also a TV... Yes, I was very surprised. And most people just know her from Sex and the City. I've never watched Sex and the City, but obviously I know her from there. And she's also a TV producer. I had no idea.
Oh.
So she actually does have the credentials, because obviously the Booker Prize judging is, it's a great role to have. But yeah, she's published 168 books. I was very surprised.
I wonder what she makes of middle-class fairy porn, which, according to the Telegraph front page today, middle-class women are hooked on it. And I read the story inside the paper. It said that romantasy, which is sort of romantic fantasy genre, has become Spotify's top audiobook of 2024. It's called A Court of Thorn and Roses. Have anyone read it around the table here?
No.
There's a fantastic quote that they gave, which was about how it's a guilty pleasure. They said, for me, this is the literary equivalent of a dirty takeaway. Lots of pleasure, a little bit of shame, and something you look forward to getting home to all day. So there you go.
I don't know, I'm not going to comment on that.
Fairy porn is the future.
I'd rather have a takeaway, to be honest.
I've never heard of fairy porn, so...
Well, you have now.
Yes.
Get yourself on Google later on.
Don't know where to go after that.
Take away.
Take it away. Yeah. Well, I think we just say goodbye, to be perfectly honest. So, Pat Sharp, it's been a pleasure. Thank you from the fame of Funhouse and all of the joy you brought us in the 90s. Well, it was 89 to 2000. You had a good old run on that.
We did.
And to GB News, lovely to have you with
us.
And
Isabel.
Paula, always fabulous to have you as well.
Thanks both. We'll be catching up with the farmer situation, the protest in London next. But first, let's get your forecast with Aidan McGibbon.